Hello everyone, and you may know that yesterday I got a 303 #1 Mark III SMLE short magazine Lee Enfield. This is the Mark III variant, it's not the Star. You can see, Mark III. This is also a 1915 date of production, made at the Enfield factory north of London. This has been deactivated to specific spec in the United Kingdom. So let's go over the Mark III history. The Mark III came from the variant known as the #1 Mark I, which is the same style of rifle, except what we done was we changed the charger clip. So we had one half on the receiver, the other half on the bolt head. So when you open the bolt, the charger clip, the other half of the charger clip on the bolt head would line up with the other side of the receiver, and then you would load it. Soldiers hated it as the piece here got very loose and they didn't really like it. The charger bridge itself comes from the charger loading Lee Enfield, which is pretty much a modified version of the Lee Metford rifle from the Boer War. And then in 1905 or 1895, no, wrong. In I think in the 1900s, sometime in the 1900s, we adopted the Mark III. So the Mark III, how's it hell? Well, Mark III. Well, it's got a magazine cutoff, which you have to push down, and then you would. This is really for single shot fire. So if I go and open the bolt, you can see it is open. Push it down, the magazine cutoff goes over the magazine. Your standard SMLE sight. It's also got a windage adjustment as well, so to accommodate for windage. 10-round magazine, your magazine releases in there, and your nose cap plus your stacking swivel. What's the stacking swivel? The stacking swivel is pretty much a piece of metal, so it's like a sling swivel but a little bit chunkier. So if you was in a company and your rifle had stacking swivel, you can make a rifle tripod out of two other rifles. They would interlock right there. The nose cap is what we call a bulldog nose cap, and what would happen is it would take a Patton 1907 bayonet. Mine is a mostly matching numbers. I say mostly, so most of the parts match, it's just the sight doesn't match. Mine also has a stock disc. These were removed after 1915 for the Mark III Star, because the Germans found out that this could be useful information of what unit could be attacking. So it normally has a rack number, the battalion or the unit, and then the date it was issued. All of them have brass butt plates, unless if you get the number 4 Mark 1 star. Made in Long Branch or Savage. These would take a oiler. This is a Bakelite oiler, and it would go in there. You would close that up. Sometimes in these SMLE rifles you can find a cigar in there, because the hole in the butt trap was actually, well, the hole in the stock is actually big enough for a cigar to go in there. You've seen Hickok 45's video on this, he opened this up and found a cigar in there. So the Lee Enfields are very nice guns, and if you're a collector, that doesn't matter what type of collector you are, and you don't have one, do something about it. These are a great piece of history. So all Lee Enfields have 10-round box type magazines. Let's see if I can go and do it one-handed. There we go. Box type magazine. These are a bit different than the number 4 mags. So I'll go ahead and grab one. Here's a number 4. There's a key difference, such as these lines right here. They don't go all the way through, unlike the SMLE. They stop right there and there. The followers are different. This one goes out a little bit more. The backs are different. The SMLE has an extra spring. The number 4 got rid of that. Otherwise, the SMLE will take a number 4 magazine. It will accept it, but I'm not going to put it in as it's a pain to get out. These magazines are what we call a rock and lock magazine, or on the Lee Enfield, because you have to get this front lug in there and then rock and then bring it in. These guns are very interesting. They have their own little history. Many Commonwealth, ex-Commonwealth countries still use them to this very day, such as Australia and India. India uses one in 7.62 NATO. Asia Paul 2A1, which is not a conversion. They're built from the ground up in 7.62 NATO. So it's bolt action. It's a cock on close weapon, just a bit like my Mauser in 98, or my Turkish Mauser. Of course, when it's in the cock's position, you can just flick it up and the bolt will come all the way back. The Lee Enfields have a thumb safety. It's called a thumb safety on the side. So you pull that to the rear, the trigger gets locked, the bolt gets locked, push it forwards, the trigger gets activated, and the bolt moves. There's also a secondary safety. You pull the cocking piece, first click, bolt locks down. I don't want to pull the trigger. I don't know what's happened. I don't know what happens when you pull the trigger when it's like this. Pull all the way, it cocks. See if I can get a sight picture. That's what it would look like through an SMLE. These are very nice rifles. Chambered in 303 British, a long-lasting cartridge. Some of the things you can buy, some of the things you can find on an SMLE is these little wooden time bits here. They can break off because the wood up here is very thin. So let's go and see how well she does with loading. So you've got to open the bolt, open up the magazine cutoff. Yes, I'm not using the finger and thumb to open it. Using this part of my hand, just press down, open. I'm going to go and load up shell casings, dated 1943, or original World War II shells. And just because reasons, it's giving that ping. Nice. So I actually haven't chambered anything, as the cut-off is on. It's on the weapon. And then all you just need to do is just push the bolt forwards. Don't grab it by the charger bridge, and then fire. These are very nice guns overall. I highly recommend you buy one. And you might be thinking, why did you dry fire it twice? Because the Lee Enfield was designed to be dry fired thousands and thousands of times. So if you're thinking about breaking a firing pin on one of these bad boys, well, you're not going to. Ooh. Taking the magazine out was a bit finicky. Speaking of taking the magazine out, I'm going to go and empty out the shells. Because this is actually step 1 of field stripping an SMLE. So, take out the magazine, open the bolt. You want to take your thumb, push the bolt head up, back. I like to twist mine so it's all the way there. You want to take off the bolt head. And of course, if you want to go ahead and decock it, you have to bring the cocking piece up and then to that gap there, revealing the firing pin. To reassemble an SMLE, or to reassemble, so you need to grab your bolt, not your bolt, your firing pin, pop it back in the bolt, on the bolt body, twist it till it's all the way in, just like so. Put it back in, close the weapon, and put in your magazine. And just like so, you have field stripped and assembled your SMLE Mark III. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, then please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye.